Hi, my name is Joe Wilkinson, and I am a doctoral student at Walden University, and I'm going to give a short demo of how to use Zotero and NVivo. I'm not affiliated with NVivo in any way, but I find it a good, useful tool. So what I've done is I've gone to Google Scholar and I've looked up documents between the date range of 2011 and 2015, based on the rules for Walden and a doctoral program. I'm looking for computer-assisted qualitative data analysis software, or CAQDAS. Over here, for me, I like to use the document specifically from Walden, and in this case, I'm going to show you how to get the documents into Zotero and the Zotero into NVivo. I'm going to right-click on Walden, open in a new tab. It's going to take me to the Walden library where the document is stored. And here's the document. This little frame down here in the bottom is Zotero, for those of you who have not seen Zotero before. I'm going to look at the full text. And let's say after this document pops up, I read through it and find out this has some great information that might be useful for the topic that I'm trying to address. And I will click download. Soon it gets through loading. There we go. I'm going to download this document. I want to save it to Zotero, and it's going to retrieve the metadata. Oops, sorry about that. Came up twice. Let me cancel that one. So I want to retrieve the metadata for this. So I've already downloaded these documents to stage everything that way it doesn't take more time. But right here, I would normally click OK. And it's going to save that document into Zotero, this document here. Let me scroll this up. Zotero pulls down all that data, and over in the right-hand pane of this window over here, you can see where all the metadata is. So until it's a journal article, here's the title, authors, volume number, page, issue, the date that it was written, or actually submitted, and then of course the DOI. So I've downloaded two of those documents, pretty much following the same concept that I've done already, that I just gave an example for. And I want to export those into NVivo, or import them into NVivo, export them from Zotero. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on export items. So I've done that already, and what NVivo wants to do, for example, it wants to save it as an RIS file. That's what NVivo accepts, the file type. So since I've already done that, I'm going to go ahead and click cancel, but I have saved it already for there. When I get into NVivo, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to create a new project. And this is what it looks like when you first load it up. In order to bring the documents in from the folder that I saved it to into NVivo, I'm going to click on the External Data tab, open up from Other Sources, and there is Zotero. Here's the folder that I originally saved the two documents into. When I exported them out of Zotero, I put it into this folder and renamed it CAQDAS, and that's the data that I want to file. So I would click on that, click on Open, but I've already done that to save time. So it's going to load, and if I clicked OK, it would bring these documents in here. This is where the fun part comes. I want to query this text, and let's say I want to look for support. I can move this toggle around for it to include stem words or synonyms, or just getting similar. I usually stick to either exact match only or stemmed words, just because I try to stay close to what it is I'm looking for. So right now it's searching through all the documents, going to find anywhere that the word support or something similar shows up. So this document has something mentioned in it 5 times. When I get to this point, I can do one of 3 things. I can go directly to the reference, go to the PDF where it shows it in the document, or I can do a word tree to kind of get an overall view of what it looks like. So I'm going to click on the word tree over here, excuse me. And this is what everything looks like together. So it's I'll give you an example. It's as if I had all those documents that I had wanted, highlighted a bunch of stuff pertaining to that topic, and was able to grab some scissors and cut out those lines and put those lines on a single piece of paper right in front of me. That's what I've just done. So it tells me that this document explore theoretical concepts and provide support for theoretical development, unlike blah 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 blah, and it'll go on. So that's real important. Here's the reference tab, where it shows me what it looks like in the actual text without actually opening up the document. It saves a little bit of time in processing. So the senior researcher with support from a colleague, so that doesn't really look like something I want. Team members are supported, challenged, etc. And it goes on and on and on. Let's assume that this particular reference is something that I want to keep. Oh, this looks interesting, let's say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, oh, I like what this says, and I'm going to code it as being support. And I'm going to code it, and now it creates a whole new node for that code. And I'll show you what that means here in a second. Let's assume that this is also something that I like, and I'm going to code it under support as well. So after I've gone through all my documents and I found that this is what I'm looking for, I'm going to click on nodes, and it's going to show me where all the nodes are that all the codes that I've just highlighted and found was applicable. So here's my support. I'm going to double click on that, and there's all my codes. And if I want to find out what's on either side of that, I can also go to PDF, and it'll show me what it looks like in the document itself. So there's where I've coded that. So if there's other topics that you want to look for, let's query and do text search, and let's look for software. And let's just go with exact this time to keep the numbers down. And it looks like this document has 46. That's quite a bit. So this is where word tree comes in handy. You can see anywhere where the term software is mentioned in those two documents and how they all tie together. Here's the reference tab, and let's go through here and find different text analysis software. As an example, I'm going to create a new code, a new node really. So I'm going to code this specific text into something called, let's just say, software. And you'll notice that it already popped up here under my nodes for this particular project. Let's say, oh look, here's another one. And I'm going to code that under software. And I'm going to save it. So now you can see where I've got these two documents at. I've got support and software, the sources, and of course how many times that one source has been referenced. So in other words, I've used one document twice. And here's a summary of that, the text search that we gave. So that's how I use NVivo and Zotero together to help me come up with my coding. I hope that helps. If there's anything else, please shoot me an email. My email is joseph.wilkinson@waldenu.edu. Thanks a lot and have a great day.